guess there's someone sitting out there who said,
Get a little closer to the mic.
oh, sorry.
There.
I thought you would like it that you couldn't hear me. Yeah, I'm sorry, thank you, John. And right after we had a Zoom meeting a week ago, or I had everyone, all the guys on the team and the leadership at PAMPA, I get a call from Mr. Walker. I thought it might be an invitation to the ranch. Excuse me. But he did say something that just, he said, how would you feel about me being your assistant at the World Championship? So thank you. And I honestly think the way it's going to work out is that I'll be the assistant. He'll just see so many things that are wrong. He said, for God's sakes, Mark, get back. Okay, so we got this taken care of. Thank you for this. Thank you for the two big, I'm going to give one to the West Coast guys, so they have a nice big one. This, I think, is just awesome. It folds up to like a pool, and people will know that we're somewhere, we're doing something. So thank you, Midwaski. Okay, let's talk about Hall of Fame. I didn't know a lot about it. I mean, obviously, I'm not the kind of person who would be in it. But being friends with Bob, I learned certain things. And I learned that Bob was one of the three members of the committee. The committee is headed by Keith Johnson. And the third person, if I remember right, is Frank McMillan. So you got some experience and you got some intelligence on that committee. And it seemed like there were maybe 8 years that went by and we weren't really paying attention to. Either we weren't paying attention to the Hall of Fame or no one was really writing and filling out the forms. That's probably what happened. So I just said to them, you know, I think we can do something. It turns out Keith already had a couple of applications and we sent out applications. Anyone can nominate anyone else to the Hall of Fame. But I learned a lot about it. And one of the things was, if you look at the requirements, you're not going to be there by accident. Okay? You're not going to be a one-hit wonder. You're going to have to perform at a very high level for a long period of time. And you have to be able to prove it. So the applicant really has to have a lot of faith in this person to go through all this work. And then it goes to Keith and the committee, and all they do is say, I'm not demeaning what they do, is say, okay, this person qualifies. He'll be part of the voting package. Okay? And if I recall properly, the voting package is the current executive committee of PAMPA, the current and past presidents of PAMPA, and all obviously alive PAMPA Hall of Famers. That group votes in a simple majority, take as many as they feel should be in there, and this year we have 4. And for me, it's number one, thank you, Keith and the committee, Bob, Frank, for doing the work. I stick my nose in every once in a while, but I have nothing to do with it. They do the work. I just thought of something we should, you know, put a little fire under. So we have a couple of things. Bob said, you know, there's a plaque at the AMA headquarters, but it's way out of date. And the committee, I think at that point, Bob did some of it, maybe all the work. When we got the plaques for these 4 guys, and they're beautiful plaques, and they deserve them. We also got the names of people whose name was not hanging up on this plaque. So now it's current, right? Okay. And you'll see it back in at the AMA headquarters. Here it is. And not only that, but when it came, Bob was up here, Joel Constantino was up here with the smallest little screws you've ever seen. And they assembled it and got it right, and here it is.
Joel did it.
Joel did it. Thank you, Joel. Joel, at least you did something.
After the door, because I've screwed enough things up.
So, what I'd like to do is call up each member, new members, and if you have a guest with you. The only thing I ask, if you bring up a spouse, I'd appreciate if it's your spouse. You know, this is, and we try to keep a clean house here. And one of the things I'd encourage you, I know you all have phones, but there are cameras on there, and I would just hate to miss any of this. I know Sparky will get it, maybe Will will get it, but feel free to take pictures. So, let's see, who's first one I have